What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about ProText Mobility, ticker is TXTM. I want to break down the CE designation. What is it? What does it mean? And when can we realistically expect it to be taken down for ProText? I'm going to go over all the fun stuff. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. I always greatly appreciate that. With that, let's get right to it. So at the time of doing this video, it is still listed as 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗛, so that's something you need to kind of factor in. If you aren't familiar with anything 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗧𝗛, it is the worst designation for any over-the-counter stock. And there's multiple different things that could prompt a company to get that, one of which is promotion, investigation of fraud or other criminal activities, suspension/halt, undisclosed corporate actions, and other public interest concerns. So when it comes down to of all this, I personally feel there's multiple different things that did lead them to get that designation, one of which is undisclosed corporate actions. So as well, in case you guys aren't familiar with, RSA did do a reverse merger, as you can see it is listed here, with ProText. But there wasn't any clear outline of what assets ProText is going to be receiving from RSA. RSA does have a lot of cash and assets, and based on the recent earnings, the Q3 earnings, it didn't list any revenue nor any assets. So once again, a little bit more of a gray area that could have aided in them getting that designation. Over and above that, they were very active on a lot of social medias. And although that is very good for us current shareholders, it could be misinterpreted to some regard, or as well be considered promoting. So promotion, the security is the subject of stock promotion that may be misleading or manipulative. So this could be done through multiple different sources, including news, releases, spam mail, newsletters, and social media. So in my opinion, it is the promotion and the undisclosed corporate actions that led them to get this designation. And it is very advantageous for them to actually get this taken down because unfortunately, a lot of brokers do not allow you to buy CE designated stocks. And unfortunately, this is why, for instance, on Friday, there was only 3.6 million shares being traded. The average is 59. Prior to ProText getting this designation, they were almost at 150 million every single day. So a very big drop in the volume. And based on how I understand it, at least, majority of this is Canadians buying. They can buy it freely on some of their brokers. Let me know your thoughts on that. And if you are, for instance, an American that is buying this, let me know which broker you guys are actually trading with. So hopefully it can add a little bit more transparency for other individuals. But going back to this, how long does this last? They do not take this off for a minimum of 30 days. And in reality, I think we've already passed 30 days. It does, 30 days of designation. But when it comes down to this whole aspect, it gives ProText an opportunity for them to kind of prove their wrongdoings, or if there is any wrongdoings, or maybe it's just incorrect on OTC's aspect. So again, there's a lot of gray area. And so the next big question is, when can we expect this to get taken down? So when it comes down to this time of season, we are heading into Christmas or holidays, whatever it is, and then back to back after that is New Year's. So a lot of companies in general just start to slow down, whether it be because of holidays or just basically they're shut down over the time period. OTC, the whole market, is one of those aspects that they have a skeleton crew. And this is based on me Googling and various other things. So they aren't really in a very big rush to be removing a lot of these designations, regardless of, let's say, ProText has their lawyers already lined up and done everything that they need to do. It might just be sitting there. And in reality, let's say ProText does have everything lined up and it's sitting on the desk of someone at the OTC. Well, in reality, it might not actually even get addressed until January, probably mid-January. That's my estimate, at least. My estimate being not a financial advisor or anything. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. So best case scenario, again, I hope I am wrong, and let's say next week it does get removed, that would be ideal. But I personally feel, like I said, it'll be mid-January that it does get removed at the earliest. Of course, let's say they are having a little bit more of an issue with this whole reverse merger and the whole assets around that, then yes, it might get very much extended or just not even looked at for a very long time until RSA does something behind the scenes with their assets? I'm not sure. Of course, I'm not really experienced with any CE designations and things like that. And one negative of this whole aspect is I got really involved in ProText because I really like the fundamental business. And I've invested quite heavily in the past in OTC stocks. And one aspect why I feel that they really need to work very fast to get this removed is when I'm looking through stocks, if I see this whole designation, I avoid it altogether. And that's coming from a little bit more of a triage aspect of investing. So I personally feel this is something that ProText needs to really focus on and get this removed very, very fast. So like I said, whether it is January or mid-January or whatever it might be, they need to make this a top priority. So again, that's my own interpretation of this, because I think in general though, it can't thrive with only 3.6 million shares being traded. It's just not feasible. So, and more so as well, to piggyback off of that, their whole goal was to get on the NASDAQ, and with only 20.09 million as a market cap, they won't meet the restrictions that they need to kind of get on the NASDAQ. And I already did do a video on that, so I'll link that in the description below if you are curious about that. But like I said, based on the price action, we have gone down a very big amount. And even more so looking at this little section right here, the volume is just like dropped. It looks like just everyone died, basically. And it really sucks because we did have a lot of good volume getting in, and even though we did go down a little bit, it still sucks, plain and simple. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. I personally feel there still is a lot of upside potential with ProText despite this whole CE designation, but let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe, always greatly appreciated. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on ProText Mobility.